So each time, I would like to start the lecture again, the YouTube live, and I try to modify some part to smooth broadcast. I don't know how much their modification to be truth. So just in this time, I'm going to again try this YouTube live, and if this doesn't work well again, I just change my way from live to the other way. I'm going to announce those method later. So today is same, and May 8th. Yeah, again, advanced energy chemistry, given by myself, Tanaka, and Oge Sensei. Oge Sensei is going to show up at the second half. Yeah, as I told, I'd like to launch again that the live lecture via YouTube on another front. However, I would like to quit a Skype session for the internet traffic is last time quite busy, so I changed my mind. The lecture file will be uploaded at the designated homepage by the day before, but in fact, around until 8:35, the file was wrong. Format is wrong. No one can see that format. So I have changed the file format from something wrong to the PDF. So now you can see, you can read that file. So please re-download the file, and at present now the file is correct file. You can find that. You can find that here, and file name is indicated 2020 Advanced Energy Chemistry distribution. I think 2 second time 1 PDF. This is file today. Yeah, last week I told that this is your English directed lecture, so full time English, or written European English as well, and the textbook or upload files are all written in English. And these days, translation machine becomes very good. So in fact, I recommend some transferring machine to my student, but speaking in English looks very good. So that's the reason we're going to learn in English. So first point, when you learn English, do not hesitate to pronounce. Whatever you want, you just pronounce English. So otherwise, nothing happens. So sometimes your accent is strange and your pronunciation is not so correct, but it doesn't matter. First, you pronounce the English. And second point is, do not consult dictionary, but JS instead. So you have already know the knowledge of English. So you can ask the dictionary, the computer, or translate software as well. So just you JS, because you have already known the knowledge. And point third is, be curious about anything written in English. So today I'm going to show you some trendy words or acronyms. So those words is, yeah, you can see anywhere, even in Japan, some commercial signs and others, anywhere you can see those signs, and you should be curious about those signs, and uh, you always you should better always think of origin of those English. And Japanese is same, and as I told, you have already known those English grammars and others. Just I'm telling you, with English, so you have already learned with Japanese when you are junior high or high school student. So nothing is so nothing is so serious. So I'd like to take attendance again with YouTube function. The function name is called chat function or message function. So just send me your student ID, student number now with the function. So that means I understand you are attending this lecture. So I'm sending message here. Something like this. Yeah. So I got the message from Tabata-kun or some, so the same way. Check it. Ono-kun, you gave me the message. The format of the text for this class today is extension is .key, not .pdf. Could you check it? I'm sorry, I didn't check that. So I have changed at present. So now the file is Porter document format PDF. So please download again and just throw away the extension KEY. So you have a file which has extension PDF. So please re-download your file. So until 9 or something, I'm going to take the attendance using this message function, chat function. So yeah, as I told you, schedule. Our schedule is something like this. So the dates are not changed, but some titles will be changed today. So in fact, today is 8th May, Friday. And from the next day, I think all those days are Wednesday. But first and second time, it was on Saturday, and today is on Friday. And this is the second half by Okuya Sensei. And I would like to slightly change the title, daily titles from this old one to this. So today's title is Trendy Words 1, and maybe next week, Wednesday, Trendy Word 2. So today's lecture title is Trendy Words 1. Before that, I'm going to show you the agenda today, and we have completed these two parts, and we're going to touch just a little bit some story from yesterday for our brush up. Just brush up, and we're going to trendy word with acronym and abbreviations. Maybe lecture today, the keywords are trendy words and acronyms. Yeah, just to brush up, and like to brush up is like we have learned the relative pronoun, relative adverb, and again I have touched here some adjective and adverb. Example, a top one, fast and slow. This is here, according to the dictionary, first it written, it indicated as adjective, but second meaning is adverb. So the first and so which has both function of the adjective and adverb, and we have learned that the countable noun. In fact, it's so much, and also we have uncountable noun, the relative pronoun and relative adverb. Yeah, and I have gave you that here as assignment here some noun which singular and plural form is different, or yeah, some sentence making as well. So yeah, these are just brush up. So we yeah, these are brush up again, and we have learned the infinitive, just some to play, to complete, or to see, how to use as a noun, as adjective, as adverb. And we have learned the constant structure of sentences. Now you know what is S, what is V, what is O, what is C. So yeah, these are part of speech we have touched last week. So this week, we're going to some trendy words with some acronyms and abbreviations. So what is trendy word is just like recent words you can hear from internet, TV, or maybe radio. Those words is some trendy words. Example, a year before, we had a lot of earthquakes. So it was a year before, these are like trendy words, a series of earthquakes happened a lot, and because of active fault is something like grand gap, active faults were happening. That is one of the reasons why we have a series earthquake. But this is the word from year before, but at present, season is something like cedar pollen. Maybe you have some allergy against cedar pollen, so you need a mask, or like yeah. So that is a reaction, quite strong reaction of allergy. The pronunciation is quite complicated. Allergy. For Japanese, L and R pronunciation is quite hard, and if a word has both L and R, yeah, it was very hard pronunciation. This pronounced urgy. Closed pronunciation maybe urgy for Japanese. Urgy. It's like seaweed, not seaweed. Like you can see these are ocean or pond, like something green things floating, but it involves carbon dioxide, oxygen. I do not know. Those are, you can call that algae, but this is algae. We have pronunciation here. These are trendy words around mid-May. Other trendy words this season is maybe the Singaporean is one of PM 2.5. So PM, maybe this is here acronym. So the original form of the PM is particle matter 2.5. So the average diameter of the particles are 2.5 micron. So you may call that PM 2.5. So Singaporean is one of the PM 2.5, which makes some strong allergy reaction for some human. So you get some cough or sneeze or running nose or whatever. PM 2.5. In this way, PM is acronym, short form, and example AKB 48. AKB is something like acronym. And yeah, this is at present not so popular at present, but 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago, PPAP is quite common word. So I have taken this word as the example of the acronym. Those are PM, AKB, PPAP is acronym. So on the other hand, this year, trendy words is maybe coronavirus. So this is hard pronunciation for us again. V pronunciation and pronunciation. Coronaviruses. Yeah, the same way is, yeah, this is again the hard pronunciation for us. First P, you do not pronounce this P, so the pronunciation is something like pneumonia. So the coronavirus pneumonia or Wuhan pneumonia is some disease. This is a disease on our land. Lung disease, we call that pneumonia. Yeah, which is, this is that which happened in Wuhan, in China. So you may call that Wuhan pneumonia, or some people say Wuhan viruses. But in Japan, coronavirus, or maybe you may call that the corona pneumonia is more common. The fourth trendy words here, you can see some of acronym, PCR method or PCR test. So you are a scientist, so you should know the original from the PCR, and maybe you should know the outline of the PCR method. Why you can find out you get some virus of our coronavirus or not. So, but this time, this is like we are learning the language word. So the PCR method, but you should know the long form, original form of the PCR. This is again acronym, something like AKB, PM, or PPAP. The other trendy word must be cluster, overshoot, lockdown. Those are which I do not well, but yeah, cluster is something like Presta is word of like if you have a grape, so there is many grapes. So here you may call that those are grape clusters and overship. I never had this word and look down as well. So these are specific word from the it's just it is quite peaceful. You don't use these words. Maybe cluster is like just a great cluster or something like that. So these are 20 words at present, and PCR is like trendy word and which contains the acronym. So why I'm taking acronym abbreviation in this lecture is in the science we have many acronym and abbreviation around you, and yeah, maybe these are life as well. So example in science, or maybe especially electronics, our department, electronics and material science department, we use a lot of acronyms like DSSC, dye sensitized solar cell, QCM, and PM, and CNT, carbon nanotube, PZT. PZT, what is the reason for PZT? P is lead. Lead is correct. Lead, zinc, titanium, and PPAP are typical examples of acronym. So here, I'm going to tell you the definition of acronym. The definition of acronym is, and which is abbreviation formed from the initial components in the word or phrases. So acronym is just taking if if going to the DSSC, this original form is dye sensitized solar cell. So we're going to take the top top character and make the abbreviation. That is acronym DSSC, QCM, PM, CNT, AKB, or something like that. And abbreviation is that's the shortened form of the word or phrases. So acronym and abbreviation is some short form, and especially abbreviation is just take the word top character and make word. That is abbreviation. Many abbreviation you can see in this word. The antonymy of the abbreviation is maybe the long form or original form. So today, maybe keyword, first keyword is acronym, trendy words, second, or maybe third keyword is abbreviation. Fourth keyword is antonymy. Antonymy is opposite word, like abbreviation in original form is opposite word. Other example of the opposite word is like antonymy is like black and white is a kind of antonymy, and the others hot and cold, short and long. Those are all antonymies. So the but each other is antonymies. So this is first keyword in this lecture. So as an antinomy is like if these days, if you see the newspaper, maybe you can say this acronym DPRK. What is DPRK? DPRK, Kim Jong-un is expected to be die or something by CNN. That is DPRK. This is the name of the country. Original home is Democratic People's Republic Korea. So North Korea is DPRK. On newspaper, people always use not North Korea, but DPRK, Democratic People's Republic Korea. Again, you can see here LDP in the newspaper. This is the original form of LDP is Liberal Democratic Party in Japan. So the chief of the Liberal Democratic Party is Shinzo Abe. He's the chairman of the Liberal Democratic Party in Japan. Also, he is prime minister in Japan. NATO. North Atlantic Treaty Organization is NATO. So NATO is like some force organization. Yeah, around North Atlantic area, but many European countries and the United States are member of NATO. When you drive, maybe you can use some highway, but you should pay in Japan. So maybe your car with some ETC. What is ETC? Is electronic toll collecting system. So yeah, just straightforward. So electronic, not human. Toll is fee. The highway fee is you may call that toll collecting system. That is ETC. This is original of the ETC. Yeah, in this university, we are asking high score of the TOEIC. When you try to enter the graduate course at Shizuoka University, you need some high score of TOEIC. So original home, you should know original home, TOEIC. The original form is Test of English for International Communication. This original form, so you had better always think of the original form and just not pronounce it TOEIC, but you had better to think about in the original form. That is the first way to learn those knowledge of the English. The TOEIC is, I guess, you need TOEIC high score, but when I was student, maybe not TOEIC, but instead, I had many TOEFL examination. It's almost same. TOEFL and TOEIC is same, but those days TOEFL is much more common. So TOEFL is test of English as a foreign language. So when you if you want to enter the foreign university, you need some high TOEFL score, not TOEIC. JB, some viewers, I guess, some JB license or something, and The original form JABI is Japan Accreditation Board for Engineering Education. So this is JABI. LOL, especially young generation use LOL. What is LOL is laughing out loud. So you get very hard. You're having your hard laughing. So you may call that LOL. I get LOL last night because the joke from the radio is quite nice or something like that. LOL. Laughing and laughing is LOL. YOLO, it's same. Young generation, especially North American youth, you only live once. So YOLO, you just YOLO. So whatever you want, you can do when you're young. Something like that, YOLO. These acronyms as well. Yeah, two years before, 1 year before, this word is quite trendy. So that's the reason I have taken, but present not so much. Yeah, these days everything is Corona, Corona, Corona. But regional form of ICBM is intercontinental ballistic missile. Intercontinental means like Eurasia, Australia, North America. Those are continentals. So cross the continental. So you may call that intercontinental from the Eurasia. So DPRK is trying to I don't know if they're really trying or not, but one of their target is from Eurasia to the American continental, so cross the continental. That means intercontinental. Intracontinental is inside of the continental. So from Eurasia to Eurasia is intracontinental. But I think they are trying to do some intercontinental missile. Ballistic is once you launch your missile outside of your atmosphere, and then you need some gravimetric power, and so that is ballistic. Missile is missile. ICBM. SLBM, yeah, this is the same way. So, but this is slightly, quite difficult to find out. Launching is ICBM is this is that obvious from the satellite search, but case of SLBM, you cannot find SLBM launching or symptoms of SLBM launching. To find out the symptom of SLBM launching is quite hard. So what is SLBM? Is submarine launched ballistic missile. So maybe real original form it must be submarine launched intercontinental ballistic missile is correct, but then submarine launched ballistic missile is SLBM. CM, a cruising missile, but of course maybe other original form CM is commercial message CM, but some cases in this line, this cruising missile is CM. Yeah, and just showing some examples of the acronym, especially in science. Yeah, last night I get very good sleep, but I had dreamed. I got some dream. I saw dreams last night. and deeper, not deep sleeping, but quite shallow sleeping is, you may call that REM sleep. During REM sleep, you are dreaming. You are seeing dreams. When you have REM sleep or when you have shallow sleep. So reason for the REM is rapid eye movement sleep. So yeah, this is yeah, just straightforward. Your eye is rapidly moving during the sleeping. That means you may call that REM sleep during shallow sleeping. So shallow sleeping, that means I guess during when you have shallow sleep, your eyes movement and so rapid. So when you deep sleep, I think your your eyes do not move at all. But when you shallow sleep, it rapidly moves. So they call that rapid eye movement sleep. REM sleep, when you in dreaming, your eyes rapidly moving. REM sleep. Again, something story of the missile. Third, third, uh, terminal high altitude area defense system. The acronym is third. So this is the system which not offensive but defensive to target the missile like ICBM. So to break ICBM, you should have those defense system third or Aegis Ashore or something like that. Yeah, third. The acronym is maybe BS, broadcast satellite, and CS, communication satellite, and EEZ, exclusive economic zone, which their distance 200 natural mile. So nautical mile. So this is easy. Again, PCR method, you should know you're a scientist, so you're maybe chemist, so you should know the reason of the PCR, polymerase, polymerase chain reaction. This is the name of the enzyme, so you can amplify DNA molecules with this method. So we have plenty of time. So at present, I'm going to give you some not examination, not assignment. We should complete at present, right? So at the end, just you can send me the email. So what we are going to do is just you can just handwrite. It works, and maybe you just type, and after that, so that means the end of this lecture is around 10:10. So until 10:10, just you just uh, uh, going to make the sentence and others at present, not assignment, not homework, but at present, you're going to have some kind of practice composition practice or something like that. And then around 10 o'clock, you email me again as last week. And same way, you have to give your student number in the mail title. In the mail title, not your name, not name of the this lecture, but you just write down your student ID and student number there, and in the main text, you just again start with your student number and your name. And then you're going to have your answers. But this is not assignment again. You're going to do this work right now. But in this case, not different from last week. An attached file will not be accepted. So the just write down the text. Yeah, in a case of if you do handwriting, in those case, yeah, I can accept the attachment file. So the you take a photo of your handwriting, and you can send me by email. But in principle, I do not accept the an attachment file this time, and just you directly type in the main text. And deadline is something like 10 a.m. today. So first, assignment 1. So maybe I do not send you this assignment by email this time, just via YouTube. If you have some program of your, like communication program, tell me as such via chat function, yeah, of the YouTube. So if you cannot see the screen or something like that, right? You can email me or not email, just chatting or email also. I can accept the email. So not like last week. I just show you here, only here. So not assignment. This is not assignment because on the deadline is 10 past 10 today. So you should start at present now. Compose a sentence containing both definite and indefinite articles according to the following instance. So make a sentence with which should contain definite and indefinite articles according to the following instance. So the instance is something like that. I have chosen a tomato out of the 10 in the market since the tomato chosen was reddest, most red. It works as well, but something like this. You're going to make a sentence which contains both definite and indefinite articles. Yeah, these are not so bad example. So I go give you something like 5 minutes or something. If you cannot see this sentence, just email me or just text me via chatting function, message function of YouTube. So if you can see this, just make a sentence right now. Compose a sentence containing both definite and indefinite articles according to the following instance. The instance is I have chosen a tomato out of 10 in the market since the tomato chosen was reddest. All right. Assignment 2. Compose a sentence containing both a relative pronoun and a relative adverb. According to the following instance, I have written the according to the following instance, but in this case, the no instance, just to do yourself. Compose a sentence containing both a relative pronoun and a relative adverb. Yeah, again, I go give you 5 minutes, something. So in this time, I just given these 2 exercises, 2 assignments, so you write down these answer into one mail and just email me. Just text into the main text, not into the Word file or Excel files as attachment file. So just write down in your text. And this time I've been giving you just 2 assignments, 2 exercises. I am going back to assignment 1, exercise 1. Compose a sentence containing both indefinite and indefinite articles according to the following instance. I have chosen a tomato out of 10 in a market since the tomato chosen was reddest. 2. Compose a sentence containing both a relative pronoun and a relative adverb according to the following instance. I'm sorry, there's no instance here. So only 2 exercises, 2 assignments. And when you complete those, just email me. Email address is the same as yesterday. And in the mail title, just you write down your student ID or your student number. In the main text, you should start with them student number and your name. I hope you have completed the exercise, assignment 1, 2, and email. I got some message. I don't mind if you send the already email and you send them the second email and complete the 2 exercise. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you are already sending the first mail. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You just email me 2 emails. It doesn't matter, right? Yeah, but today's exercise is 2. We have completed already, but the deadline of the exercise is 10 past 10, right? You have still have your 30 minutes, but I am forwarding the lecture, acronym and abbreviation games, and much more scientific acronym and abbreviation. And from now, I do not yet upload this part. So the afterwards, I'm going to upload as two or something like that. I'm going to upload again, but at present, you don't see that these files, downloaded files. Yeah, frequently used is ASAP, aka as soon as possible, also known as, so the you send me a letter ASAP. You send me the assignment 1, 2 ASAP. That means as soon as possible. But my case is, as I told, not ASAP, but the deadline is 10 past 10. Also known as, he is a great guy. He's a great singer, also known as a great actor or something like that, aka ASAP. Okay, the other hand, the subscriber identity module, automated tailor machine, global positioning system, light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, universal serial bus, and versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6, some of you could show me their acronym of these via message function, via texting function. Someone, okay, what is subscriber identity module? What is that? Someone show me the answer. What is subscriber identity module? Yeah, exactly. I don't know the correct pronunciation of your name, but Saha-san, correct. This is Sim. And second one, what is automated teller machine? What is the acronym of automated teller machine? Yeah, it's time spending, so and obvious. Yeah, you can take the top character of the word. So ATM is automated teller machine, and second, global positioning system. GPS is reason for the GPS is global positioning system. So in North America, you cannot say the car navigation. Instead, you can call that the GPS. And this is quite longer, like amplified by the stimulated emission of radiation. What is this acronym? Saha-san, thank you. ATM, you correct. But what is this? Light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Show me the acronym of this. Ono-kun, thank you. Laser, you correct. Laser. What is universal serial bus? Universal serial bus. Thank you. Samuel-san, thank you. USB. So in Japan, someone called that, bring me your USB. But in fact, it's a name. USB is name of interface, not name of the memory. So you should call that. Can you use your USB flash memory or something like that? So USB is not memory name. It's name of the interface. So versus is versus. So like this. So many acronym in the scientific world. Okay, much more scientific. And these are from Latin or Greek word. And these shortcomings are used a lot in the scientific description. And B, nota bene or et al, or it, yeah, et al. You may pronounce this as et al, or you may pronounce this an EG or IE or CA or CIUCA, yeah, maybe something like that. So it's an approximate. This is in another word, example, or and many, or something like that. So yeah, these are, you should use these in short form in your English description. And these, it's saying in vivo, in vitro, in situ, ex situ, by the infra, by the sprout. This is some short form of in the description, but this is in the experimental section. Like in vivo is we have inspected a one of the candidate drug for coronavirus in vivo. So that means you have already examined candidate medicine in vivo is inside your body, inside of the human body, experiment inside of the human body, or in mice body is in vivo. In vitro is quite safer than in vivo. In vitro is you just take the enzyme outside of the animals and you check the enzyme and new medicine outside of the body. That in vitro. In vivo is inside your body, inside the animal body. In vitro is outside of the body. So, but these are used a lot in the scientific description. And in situ ex situ is similar, but this case, not living organs or not animals. Example, I have inspected new compound in our battery. So that in situ reaction inside of the battery is in situ reaction. Ex situ is like in a flask. You have inspected new compound or something like that, not in battery. So if you're doing in battery, it is in situ. No, in situ. Excuse me. In vivo and in vitro is, I was correct, but in situ and ex situ is slightly different. My explanation is good enough. In situ is inside of the flask, a new compound is formed. That's in situ. Ex situ is like outside of the flask. So the reaction is like a step by step is ex situ. In situ is you would like to have your like um, you want some compound C from A via B. So B forms in situ means inside the flask you have once you get the B, but you do not isolate B, and finally you have a C. That in situ reaction. Ex situ is it's saying you want compound C from A, but the intermediate is B. Ex situ is like once you isolate the B and then from A to B, and then you're going to synthesize C from B to C. That ex situ, in situ, inside flask. I'm sorry, but these are my explanation. These are correct. Via infra is like in your the English description, C below, and by the supra is C above. So these are entries. Yeah, entry. These are entries. Yeah, maybe these are entry as well, but yeah, obviously these are entries. Hmm. Others. Um, Yeah, I would like to slightly change the talk, punctuation. The correct punctuation is something like that. I have eaten ramen, gyudon, and soba last night. Yeah, my case is, yeah, in fact, yeah, I have eaten a lot last night. But if there are three things, ramen, gyudon, and soba, the punctuation should be here, here, before it. Some people do not punctuate here, but I think you you had better punctuate here before, just before, right before A. I have eaten ramen, gyudon, punctuation, and soba last night. So these how to punctuate. Semicolon. Mm. Semicolon. Difference between semicolon and colon is still I really do not know. And next, this is grammatical story again, and person. Let me call this as person. So I don't know, maybe you do not know what this person means, but person is, you have the first persons, second persons, and third persons, something like that. So example of the first persons is I, we, these are first persons. Now you understand what is persons. Person in this here, person does not mean human, a humankind, but the first person is I, we, something. That means second persons are you are the singular. This is per you, and third persons are she, he, and they, or something like that. These are third persons. So this person is different from the person you think of. We had punctuation is person, singular and plural forms, and yeah, we have already exercised last week, but just a quick take a look at the singular plural forms exceptions. Yeah, you have already given me the good answers like synthesis or synthesis, analysis and analysis, nucleus. Maybe you don't give me the nucleus, the pronoun singular. Nuclei or nucleuses, we have two forms here. And other example like data, we call it data often. But in fact, this is a plural form, singular form is data. Axis, and child, children, man, woman, women, or something like that. Yeah, I guess almost your answers are, very good, correct. Yeah, we had this answer as well, mouse and mice. Yeah, maybe singular plural forms are almost at the end of this lecture. So I'd like to close today's section. And however, you have to send me the email until 10 past 10, 10, which should contain the two answers of assignment. I'm going to show you again the exercises, assignments. Assignment one, like this. And after 1 minute, I'm going to show you again the assignment two. Then you're going to write two answers, two sentences about this, and send me email. And assignment two, all right, I've dragged across on today's session, and today we got some current words one, 8th May, Friday, and next week, 13th May, this is on Wednesday, maybe trendy words two or something. All right, that's all today. Thanks for joining.